Well, hello everyone. Welcome. I am showcasing a build that I've seen by a streamer named Ruetoo. This build is actually really cool, and he credits the build to a guy named Jess, I believe to be one of the top delvers, solo jug, I believe. Nonetheless, how the build works is essentially Shade Form makes you immune to physical damage. What you have to do is stack Temporal Chain, Curse Effect. With Temporal Chain, Curse Effect stacked up, it reduces the countdown of the skill, and the buff stays up longer, and then it re-ups itself before it expires, allowing you to remain immune to physical damage and continue to bone shatter as much as you want. And with that, bone shatter damage stacks up with the more stacks that you have, which is pretty cool. And it's really cool how you look too. You turn into this like ethereal red creature or beast, I would say. But it's pretty cool that the Juggernaut can do something like this, because this is an Ascendancy that is not very that is not played very much. So it's pretty cool. With your Ascendants, Temporal Chains can't make you slow, you can't be stunned, your access speed can't be slowed down. You know, you have more damage with the more endurance charges you have, which is more tank, more damage, more area effect, and you stack up as much endurance charges as you can get. You stack up your skill effect duration, curse effects, supreme ego, and your all of your jewels and clusters. And what I use to make this build a little bit more quick is a Watcher's Eye with more movement speed for grace, unaffected by bleeding, and I use haste and grace, and then I use purity of elements, along with 3 elemental flask gain charges when you are hit. So these are always up permanently because you're hitting yourself with bone shatter. And then I have these with increased effect and duration. I need to roll duration on this one as well, and attack speed and movement, so I get onslaught, and it just helps you to ramp up a lot faster. Nonetheless, all of my resistance is maxed. Chaos resistance is maxed. All of these are as maxed as high as I can get it. I mean, if you get more levels, you could get more maximum if you want it. You grab more life there. Your Vol skills actually stay up a lot longer because of all the skill effect duration. You have cooldown recovery and focus to your gloves. Get more attack speed, cast speed. And I like to use the Turin's Reclamation Belt for more cooldown recovery, attack speed. Everything is just more recovery. The only sacrifice is no life, no chaos resistance, no resistances. So I sacrifice that, and I get everything else on all the other pieces. But yeah, you can also go even more elemental damage tanky with Purity of Ice, Lightning, and Fire instead of the Vol Grace and Haste. And that would make you more tanky for elemental damage. But from what I've been doing with Simulacrum, Bossing, Mapping, and Delving, I don't need it. I would rather have the massive amount of speed added to my character than having just, having all that really high. As long as my chaos resistance is maxed out, I feel pretty fine with this build. You just don't die on this build unless you kill yourself. So essentially, if you don't have enough curse effect and cooldown recovery, your shade form may fall off and you just kill yourself. But with my current build, the way I have it set up with all of my gear, this never falls off. It always comes back up at around 2 to 3 seconds, and it's just perfect. So I'm going to showcase this in the delve here, and I also have some clips of it in I did a Minotaur run just to test how it does for mapping, which is really fast. I also have a mapping video that I put up, and yeah, it's a really cool build in my opinion. Okay, let's get started here, show you guys how it's done. start ramping. So I'll usually like to get to about 250 to 300 stacks. Okay. Out of mana. And for mapping purposes, you don't even need this many stacks in my opinion. And I'm only at Delve 300 and something. Delve 350. I mean at 350 stacks, you know, you just one-shot everything. Then I pop my flask for extra movement speed, attack speed. This is mainly just for getting around much quicker. Pop all my Vol skills. The duration on the Vol skills is also extended greatly. And you just go through. One tap everything. Once you get to the node, stay in the middle. Attack. $400 stacks. And usually if you're going to build stacks in the darkness, for me I find it effective to just do it until I have no mana and just continue on. But mostly as long as the node doesn't reset you, you maintain your stacks. And I think what's really important on maintaining your stacks as you travel through is the enchant on your helm. Boneshatter has a chance to grant 1 extra trauma. I think this is essential to keeping your stacks up as you travel through the Delve and kill monsters. And that wasn't a really, you didn't have to go far, but see, my stacks is still pretty high, still one-shotting everything. For the most part, this is really easy. And I believe you can get to 1,000 plus very easily with this, if you need to. I think the top Delver uses this, I believe he does, and he's at like Delve 4,000 or something like that. Pretty insane. And I'm not sure if this build will survive in the next patch. It is pretty crazy. I mean, there's a lot of crazy builds. You have Arakali, Forbidden Right. With enough investment, you know, there's plenty of builds that you can play that are just really insane. And I believe what Rue was trying to do for this build is make it affordable for everyone. Essentially everything that you need for this build is very inexpensive. And yeah, I'm not even using I'm using 3.5 for my passive jewels. Oh no, it's fracture fossil. 3.5. And the only thing, if you get a 3.7, is you probably just have less life, because you can still get everything you need to get the build working. And that's that. And I'll probably have a video up to show some of the Shaper Elder, maybe some Maven boss fights. Show you how that works. Take care and enjoy the build.